There it is.
Oh, we are live. I am Karen Ray. This is Fave Lifestyles. Welcome, everyone. I have a special guest with me today, Cheryl Leamer. Welcome, Cheryl.
Hi there. Nice to
Hi.
see you today, and happy birthday.
Oh, thank you very much. It's a special kind of day to celebrate. So
Yes,
inviting everybody to come celebrate with me today as I turn 60. And, it's just so awesome. I love doing life with the women of faith here. And we are a community. We are a lifestyle brand giving tips and tricks to life. And today we're going to be talking about living a healthy lifestyle no matter what season of life you're in, whether you're in your 40s or 50s or 60s. Cheryl's going to be talking about some tips. So you'll want to stay on to the end because we're going to do a little rapid fire tips and hacks for us today. And so you have a business called Eat, Pray, Get Fit with Cheryl.
Yes, I do.
Yes. So I'm just going to read your bio here real quick, and then we'll get into our little conversation.
Okay.
Let's see. Cheryl is 57, married for 37 years. Congratulations.
Yep.
With 2 adult boys. She loves to garden. Okay, I have to just pause here for a second because I have seen pictures of your garden. And I think it's more than a garden. I think it's a small farm.
It is a mini farm. It actually is my son's business, but we get to take pleasure in the stuff that he produces here for ourselves, as well as what he sells at the farmers markets and at the Snohomish Apothecary.
Oh, that's wonderful. So ladies, if you haven't had a chance, take a look at Cheryl's pictures because they're really inspiring of all that you're growing and doing there. That's a big project. But so you love to cook and live a healthy, sustainable lifestyle. You strive to provide for your family with the healthiest options for food and exercise, and you love to share this with others. So I'm glad that you're here with us today to share that knowledge with us. And you're also a full-time RN.
Yes, I'm a home health nurse. I work for Kaiser, and it's a relatively new job. I was a gastroenterology nurse for 31 years, so that's kind of my specialty and my knowledge base. But home health has become my new love. I love my patients. I love, in these times right now, we are sometimes the only person that these people are seeing, especially if they live alone. Yeah. And so it's very challenging to keep your day short because they don't want you to leave.
Oh, that's really a special thing that you're doing. That must, that gives you, I would imagine, a real sense of purpose to be such a light in somebody's day.
Yes, it does.
Oh my gosh, that is so great. Sounds like you've been through a lot: job changes in midlife, marriage struggles, menopause, empty nesting, medical issues too. But you always found a way to bounce back, and every time with the help of the community and personal development. And that's a little bit what we're going to be talking about today: how to get through some of this, how to maintain that healthy lifestyle. Mm-hmm. So Cheryl, tell us, just a little bit, introduce yourself a little bit, and what has been, what are some things that have helped you along your journey?
My journey started about 8 years ago. I was at my heaviest. I was at my most stressed. Like Karen said in my bio, premenopausal, empty nesting. I was very involved in my boys' lives, and now they didn't need mom anymore. Mm-hmm. And then now you have this person that's sitting next to you that you kind of have to relearn how to date again, because they've been, you go different directions when you've got 2 different kids and they're doing different sports. And so it was like, okay, so we have this empty house, and who is this person that now I need to learn how to date, and rekindle, and figure out what to do and what do we like and what are our passions, because it's been kids for 18 years, right, or more. And so getting into a community of other women we're all looking for kind of the same thing and trying to stay healthy, trying to incorporate that all into a busy life, still working full time, working 12-hour days at that point. And, I had to find something that was going to fill my cup because it was kind of empty. And so that's kind of how my journey began. And that's where it started.
Yes. So what has been the hardest thing to change? So you walk in and you're in this time of transition, which many of us are, like you said, menopause and all these different physical and mental changes, and within our family structure too. So it's hard to go from point A to point B. So what was the hardest thing that you went through?
I think the hardest thing probably was relationships, not only with my sons and cutting the cord and the apron strings and all that, and them saying, "Mom, we're okay. We got this. You did a good job. Let us learn, let us fall, let us do what we need to do." And then the second other thing would have been my marriage. And, how does that look now that it's just the two of us? And so I think probably that was the most difficult. And with those struggles came other struggles, anxiety and depression and confusion and all of those things, trying to figure out these new relationships with my sons and my husband. So I honestly think that those were probably the two biggest hurdles that played into all the other things.
Yes. So this sounds like, as when we're going to be talking about this too, your road to rediscovery and to a healthier lifestyle. So what made you not give up at times?
Determination. People ask me that all the time. What keeps you motivated? And honestly, I think the biggest thing is, and being in the healthcare field, I see what happens when we don't take care of ourselves. And I see what children are going through taking care of their parents and trying to raise their own children. And now they've got their parents that they're having to take care of. And I didn't want that for my boys. And so I think my husband and I both started our journeys about the same time. And I think that's both of our thought processes, is that we want our children to enjoy their life and not have to be burdened by us. And I don't know if that's a selfish thing or not, but that's just that's our motivating factor, is just to be healthy and to enjoy retirement in a few years and to be able to travel and hopefully do the things that we want to do, and enjoy each other's company and not be ill.
Yes. And what a great thing too to do with your significant other, your husband, your family, is to walk together to stay healthy. And to have that as your goal and your journey. So how did you find time? I mean, you're a busy woman. You have a full-time job as an RN, probably full-time plus. You've got all your mom duties as well, whether your kids are there or not, and different projects and stuff. So how did you find time to make that a focus?
Well, I gave up TV and go to bed at 9 o'clock. And at the time, a few years ago, I was getting up at 4:30 because I worked at 6. I had to be to work at 6:30. And so I had to sacrifice. I had to sacrifice television watching. Do we really need that anyways? And so that was my very strict schedule. Bed at 9, up at 4:30. And I exercise at home, so I don't have to go to the gym. It doesn't take me time to, get in the car and do all that. I have found programs that work for me at home. And meal prepping on the weekends, that's my other saving grace. So to find time to do all the things that I need to do in the morning is because I'm prepared.
Yes. So let's talk a little bit about that. What exactly is Eat, Pray, and Get Fit? So what is that you are doing to help other people now achieve those goals and of staying healthy and fit?
Well, I'm a health and fitness coach. I work with Beachbody, and I work with women, all different age groups. I have new mommies up to 65-year-olds that I work with. So it's kind of a gamut of all different kinds of women. And I'm basically their virtual health and fitness coach. We have a daily fitness Zoom. We call it a virtual fitness gym, whatever, that they're able to come on, and we work out together if the time works for them. I help them with their nutrition, with mindset, with personal development, finding the right fitness program for them. And we try to get together, although again, times have changed. We try to get together, and I actually also have that just restarted again, a live fit club on Saturday mornings at my church, that women, that whoever can show up. They don't have to be a customer or a client that I'm working with. It can be anyone. And it's a fun way to fellowship and get some exercise in and start your day. So that's kind of what I do with my ladies. Provide them with meal plans, provide them with recipes. We have a Facebook group as well as an app, because there are people that I have worked with or that I'm working with that are on Instagram that don't have Facebook. And so we have a platform that allows me to still work with people and have an accountability group that's in an app that has nothing to do with Facebook. And so that is a really new feature that we have with Beachbody, and it's really awesome because it allows them to track their workouts, track their nutrition, and they never have to be on Facebook.
Wow. Well, sounds like lots of ways to connect, to stay fit. And you do have a Facebook page here that ladies can go check into as well. And we'll put all the links and all the ways that they can connect with you in the comments. So let's do a little rapid fire here and talk a little bit. What is the number one nutrition for women to fuel themselves for optimal health and wellness?
Okay. What I have found at our age, in this season of our life is, yes, we all love carbs. That is often our downfall. But there's a great way to get healthy carbs, and we like to call them fiber-filled carbs. And so staying with the whole grains and the sweet potatoes and the quinoa and the oatmeal and things like that, and fuel yourself in the morning and at lunchtime, and no more carbs after that. We do not need carbs at dinner time. I know we all have grown up on meat and potatoes at dinner, but we don't need that because our bodies are now winding down for the day. Carbs give us fuel. We don't need fuel at night. And so loading your dinner plate up with a big helping of veggies and a nice protein, that's what works. And that's what I'm finding, what I have found out over the years with my education that I've learned through Beachbody and through more nutrition in education, is that we just need to stop our carbs after about 3 o'clock.
That's a great tip. I love that one. I think I could even do that. So fitness, what are the best forms of exercise for women in our age group?
Oh, that's a good one. We need cardio. We need cardio for our health, but we don't need to work out and kill ourselves for an hour in the gym. Getting exercise of any kind about 5 days a week is optimal. Resistance exercise is best for us in our age group, whether you're using body resistance or whether you're using weights. And I'm not talking, you don't need to be a bodybuilder. And I promise you, you won't look like a bodybuilder using weights. And you don't need heavy weights. You can use body resistance, but resistance exercise really is key. A little bit of cardio, and just don't give up. We have a thing called metabolic response. And when you start to exercise, your body kind of freaks out a little bit and it releases a stress hormone. That stress hormone makes you retain water. Then you start to gain, then you're like, oh, the scale's going up. But it's honestly, give it 2 weeks and it will settle down. Don't give up. That's right about the point that my clients are like, okay, I'm done. And I'm like, no, don't give up. Give yourself a couple more weeks, and I promise you, you'll start to see some changes. It's just our bodies are kind of in a revolt of, what are you doing to me? And I'm going to retain some water for a little bit, and then it will balance out.
I have never heard that. That is really interesting. So that must be what's happening to me.
Yes. And we all get a little frustrated, but drinking a lot of water, especially when you're starting a new fitness program. Good job. Half your body weight in ounces, ladies. I know that seems like a lot. And I know that you think you're going to be in the bathroom all the time, but your bladder will actually get used to that. And you will be on the toilet less.
Yeah, more water. And I have been trying to do that as well as I sit here. But so today I have water with a basil leaf. Somebody had suggested that. So that's trying something new too there.
Yeah, I love to add mint and berries and different things to my water. So yeah.
Awesome. So as we finish up here, so what is your favorite hacks and tips for meal planning?
My special thing is using mason jars. I actually will share a kind of an ebook that I put together that is a whole bunch of different recipes on using mason jars. Now, in these times, for whatever reason, mason jars are very difficult to find. It's another one of those flour and toilet paper things. But for whatever reason, I don't know, but I will prep. And when I was working at the hospital and had an option to dump things in a bowl, it worked better. Now I don't have that when I'm driving and I'm eating in my car. But mason jars, for whatever reason, really hold your fruits and your veggies much longer than a Tupperware container. And I don't know the science behind it. I don't know if it's because it's glass and it's cold and it has a good seal on it when you put the lid on. But we lived off of mason jar salads, making overnight oats. You can make some really awesome soups, and all you have to do is add the hot water when you're ready to do it. And so that's kind of my fun hack. And when I prep on the Sundays, in the summertime, when I'm doing melons and things like that, I will cut up melon and put it in a mason jar, and that way it's ready to go. Anybody can dump some in a bowl and it's good. Put my strawberries that are hulled in there whole, and I use mason jars for everything. And
I love that. Yes, please put a recipe down. Share your links where we can go find more information, because I know a lot of people are really focusing on being healthy during this season, especially as we're in a pandemic, and keeping our immune system strong.
Yes.
Cheryl, thank you so much for coming and sharing with us today. Just love all the tips and tricks for us.
You're welcome.
And tell the ladies how they can find you.
Couple different places. I have a Facebook business page, and again, I will share these links in the comments. I have a website that I think Karen has posted, but again, I will share that with you. You can find me on Facebook at Cheryl King Leamer. That is my maiden name and my married name. And excuse the dog, sorry. And I'll share all of those links in the comments so that you guys can find me. Text me, message me, email me.
Just come back with that.
I'm pretty easy to get a hold of.
Awesome. Well, and so you have to tell us what kind of dogs you have there too.
I have a little black lab terrier mix, and there she goes. Somebody must be in the backyard, so she's barking. She's the guard dog when nobody's home.
Yes. Well, we are live, so you never know what's going to happen when we go live. Just a couple of the comments here before we finish up. Danielle was saying that, mason jar salads are so pretty too.
They are. And I will share a really quick tip. I know we got to cut to our time.
No, you're good.
I don't think that in the ebook I talk about this, but when you're doing a mason jar salad, you want to put your wet ingredients on the bottom. So all of your cut, whatever, tomatoes, your meat, your protein, everything that's wet on the bottom, and your lettuce on the top. Because if you do it reverse, your lettuce is going to be all soggy by the end of the week. And I will do 5 mason jar salads, and I'm eating my last one on Friday, and it's still fresh.
Oh, seriously?
Yes. And also, when you're cutting up lettuce, don't use a metal knife. Tear it as much as you can. If you have a plastic lettuce knife, which they actually make, that will bruise the lettuce less. But metal, when you're cutting lettuce with a metal knife, it will actually turn it brown on the edges much quicker.
Okay, good tips. So we're going to be able to all prep on Sundays and do all of our meals. So we'll be all set for the rest of the week and have some mason jar soups and salads, and looking forward to seeing some of the recipes too on that. Well, Cheryl, thank you for coming and joining us. And ladies, if you want to reach out to Cheryl, we'll have her information below. And I see some of these comments, and thank you, ladies, for all the birthday wishes. And come celebrate with me today. I love celebrating everything. I love celebrating all the ladies of Faith too. So glad to be doing life with everyone. And we will see you next time on Faith Life.